Let's go. So when I do our warm-up loops, there is a reason, right? I need K-N-E-E-D, I always went to the knees, but I need your joints mobile and loose and ready to go, and I need your muscles ready to go, elongated and contracted. I need to increase blood flow and oxygen in and CO2 out and breathing. So we do warm-up loops for a reason, right? But I also don't want you bored either, okay? Warm-up loop. We've done these things before. It's a change of an order. You've got your 10 regular squats. All right, let's go. 10 regular squats. We've done regular squats first a lot because they're a safe exercise. It also gives you a great starting point. Are your hips going to move? Are your joints going to move? Your spine, your knees, your ankles, spine, huh? 10 regular squats. I'm going to talk about your spine a little bit today, not in the chiropractic extensive way, but in a mobility of joint kind of way. You have a bunch of joints back there. 10 regular squats, 10 wide squats, hips, 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 booty, 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 eyes, 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 thighs, thighs, thighs. Remember when I say eyes, I'm referring to posture. When I'm saying thighs, I'm reminding you it's a leg exercise, not a back exercise. But I hear the statement all the time. The question, Chris, is my back straight? Well, no, nobody's back is straight. That's the answer, right? I don't want a straight back. You don't want a rigid back. You want to have a movable back, and I'll talk more about that soon. 10 regular squat, 10 wide squat, 10 narrow squats. Remember that reference point to the regular squat. When you do narrow squats, your feet are narrower than your hip width, and it's a mobility squat. If you can maintain or even increase your motion from a regular squat, you need a little more joint mobility. Ankles, knees, hips, and you got a bunch of joints back there, and I want them to be able to move a little bit. It doesn't mean you bend over per se. After your 10 narrow squats, 10 stationary reverse lunges. That front leg is always the working leg. The front leg is always the loaded leg. The back leg is not the working leg. However, in this exercise, it's the moving leg. Let's go from joints to muscles. Hamstrings, glutes, quads, elongation, contracting, pulling exercise. So as this warm-up moves, right, joint mobility, muscles elongating, muscles contracting. 10 alternating stiff-legged deadlifts. Balance meets lengthening. I don't like the word flexibility on stiff-legged deadlifts. You're going to lengthen your hamstrings, glutes, lower back. You're going to contract your hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. Again, you've got movable joints. You've got contractible muscles. Things need to move for that to happen. 10 alternating stiff-legged deadlifts. Remember, we're not in a hurry. 10 stationary forward lunges. Step, load, push. Step, load, L-O-A-D, push. That front leg is always the working leg. It's not always the moving leg. In this case, it is. And you're going to push yourself back. No rush. Again, 60 legs have just been done between regular squat, wide squat, narrow squat, stationary reverse lunge, alternating stiff-legged deadlifts, stationary forward lunge. You can feel free to sit on the ground. That's why I am. 10 regular sit-ups. What is regular, right? Well, sit-ups. I want sit-ups. Legs straight, knees bent, laying on the ground, laying on a bench, laying on a ball. Your upper body is moving onto your lower body. So regular probably isn't the right word, but I want you to think sit-ups. Well, you can change your body angle. You could be on a decline board sit-up. You could be on a bench and your feet are below your hips. So you'd be on an elevated sit-up. Laying on a stability ball sit-ups. Again, legs straight or knees bent. One leg straight, one leg bent. Your upper body is moving onto your lower body. Reverse crunches. Both legs are moving. Either start with your body up or start with your body down, but your legs are moving because of your abs. Lengthen and contract. And breathe and elongate and contract. And remember, you have a lot of movable vertebrae, movable joints between your hips, your spine, your knees, and your ankles. After your 10 reverse crunches, you'll be legs up in the air on your 10 toe touches. Abs tight, abs tight. You are shortening a shortened muscle. When your legs go up, you shorten that muscle. And then when you do your abs, you're shortening it even more. I love this. I love this. You guys are working. I always try to get a little education in there. Maybe it soaks in, maybe it doesn't. You got your 10 sit-up scissors. Legs straight, arms straight, torque and leverage. Breathe and focus on those 10 scissors. And again, currently we did some legs. Now here we're on some abs and core. We're getting warm. That temperature should be rising. Right? You might feel that pressure in that body building. You might need to breathe a little more. Oxygen in, CO2 out. You got your runners. Runners is elbows to knees. Again, starting from the down, you've got the concentric motion up and over across that body. If you start from the up, it's still considered a concentric exercise because of my upper body motion. But where you started adds the eccentric position as you do your extending runners. Again, both are good. Mix them up on your 10 slow runners. You'll then be on 10 swimmers, whether you're on your hands and knees, upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes, balance, coordination, mobility of spine and hips. You do get more movement on your hands and knees, or you can get more movement, but you also can get more contraction if you lay on your stomach. Upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes on your swimmers. And again, this is not a doctor's statement or a chiropractor statement. I just want movable joints. Your C's, your cervical spine, there's 7 of them. That's the upper back, the neck, right? The T's, the thoracic spine, that's the middle 12. There's 12 of them there, right? Bunch of movable parts, sometimes immovable. The L's, the lumbar, there's 5 that are movable, and some people count the 2 more that goes into the sacrum. They're not movable. Again, you have a couple L's that are there, so you have a bunch of movable parts. Posture, breathe, moving. Alrighty, that's my spiel. You know, like to give you some information. The rhythm to today. Ladies, I don't want fast exercises, but we're going to do 42 minutes without stopping. There's a couple little tiny breaks, but you're not going to stop. 42 minutes. The rhythm, upper body, I'm going to control that. Lower body, I'm going to control most of that. Abs, I'm going to control most of that. And then exertion. I want you to focus today on the exertion. I want the hardest things you can do. Med ball slams, rope slams, kettlebell swings, jump squats, split jumps, burpees, mountain climbers, right? We don't do those very much. Again, I want hard, I want intense, all the wonderful things, okay? So channel your soul for exertion today. All right, are you ready? It's 75 seconds on exercise, 15 seconds off. That's not very much time. You got you literally chain exercises and listen, and we're rocking and rolling. Are you ready? Chest press or push-ups, 75 seconds of pushing. You'll then do regular squats. It's the only time we're going to talk about all 4 exercises. Then we're going to do sit-ups, and then you're going to do exertions. This first part, I want you to get the feel of the day. And then after that, it is game on. Let's go. 75 seconds. Ready? Set. Go. I didn't say 75 reps. I want 75 seconds. You can do push-ups. You can do chest presses. You can lay on a bench, lay on a ball, lay on the ground. You can be holding a TRX. You can be holding a barbell. You can be holding dumbbells. When your hands push out in front of you, whether you're doing push-ups or a chest press, your hands are in front of you and you're pushing yourself out or up. That is chest. Clearly there are different angles of that. but I want you to think chest. 75 seconds, 2.5 to 3 second reps. There's your 25 to 30 reps. You might do a couple more because pushing exercises are normally a little bit smoother and quicker than pulling. Pushing exercises do have an elongation piece. It's just not as much of elongation of a pulling exercise. Anyhow, we have 2 chest rounds, 2 back rounds, 2 shoulder rounds, and an arm round. You'll see 8 seconds and you're done pushing. You'll then have a couple seconds to get ready. 2, 1, relax, breathe. Regular squats. Again, I'm not stopping that timer. Regular squats. This round, there's rare rounds, you only have one choice. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Regular squats. You did them to start your workout, warming up. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs, posture, breathe. Whenever I bring out this timer, people, for some reason, human nature says, I'm going to do more. Chris wants me to do more. I should do more in 75 seconds. No, wrong, false. I just don't want you to stop. I want the same movements, the same mechanics. When Deborah's out rowing on the water, if she was doing 75 seconds or a 1,000-meter test or a 5,000-meter test, her stroke doesn't change per se. It might get a little more intense, but she's not going to stop doing the full motion just because the distance or time changed per se, right? For the most part. Squats, hips, booty, eyes, thighs, posture, and breathe. 10 seconds. Again, today has a level of intensity we don't do very often. 3, 2, 1, and relax. You can lay on anything. You can lay on the ground, you can lay on a ball, you can lay on a bench. Sit-ups. Again, a rare round where you don't get a couple of options. 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Sit-ups. Legs straight or knees bent, right? You did them earlier. Laying on the ground, the ball, the bench. I'm not looking for 75 reps. I'm looking for 75 seconds. Non-stop. Breathing, focusing. It gets kind of funny when I see people's demeanor at the gym and I bring out the timer outside of the wall sits the planks you do. It's like, oh, we're doing a time workout? Really? And it's kind of funny because of how much counting we do. And you guys have ladders and pyramids and alternating reps and double reps. And it's funny how many people don't like the timer. Find that kind of fascinating when all you have to do is work when the timer is on. 20 seconds and you're going to be on your first exertion. And as you know now, there are so many other things in the workout, but I want you to focus on the level of intensity with this workout. 5, 3, 2, 1, relax. You got 15 seconds. I want the hardest thing you can do. I clearly want you safe. I want intense. You've got 5, exertion. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You can make it agility based. High knees, butt kicks, jumping jacks, jump rope, bench taps, right? It could be quicker motions. It does have impact, but not as much impact as plyometrics, jump squats, split jumps, burpees. I'll put rope slams and kettlebell swings between plyometrics and agility, right? There's not as much impact, but there certainly is a lot of power. You could make it mobility based, and I'll make sure I start the next round with mobility. You could do standing scissors. I know it's not as intense as a jump squat, but they're really good for you. You could do standing runners. Again, that's not the hardest thing, but they're not easy. You could do Jack LaLanne's. Notice I'm talking about our warm-up routines. You can either go mobility, which I'll talk about more, agility, plyometric, or you can just strictly go for cardio. Run, row, bike, stairs, whatever you gotta do. 3, 2, 1, breathe. Laying on something, good job. Laying on something, chest flies. You won't do chest again today. Take a big deep breath. 3, 2, 1, and go. So now you know the rhythm. I don't mind if you lose a couple seconds, right? Don't feel like you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready for the flies yet. Cool. It's okay if you lose a couple seconds. You've got a couple seconds between exercises. You can always do an extra rep or two after the bell goes off. It's 42 consecutive minutes of work. Yeah, baby. Chest flies. Shoulder blades lead the way. Shoulder blades cause the width of the exercise. Shoulder blades, and then you're pulling your hands together with your pecs, and your hands are holding some weights. So there's your chest flies. More often than not, you're laying on the bench or ground or ball. But if you have the tools of a cable machine, you could do chest cable flies if they're close by. 10 seconds is the end of 2-second upper body. 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Stationary reverse lunges. Step, load, pull. Again, I'm not going to give a lot of choices yet, but I'll give more choices soon. That's more of a mental thing. 3, 2, 1, go. Now, I didn't talk about it the last round on the squats because I wanted to grab your attention to the pace of today. I clearly would love it if you held onto weights. I clearly love strength components, and we just crank it up today. Your heart rate fitness can come from the exertion. Your 75 seconds of strength exercises yield 25 to 30 reps, depending on what you're doing. Every once in a while, you're going to have choices, and that's for stimulation of brain. 75 seconds on some things might feel like a long time. Stationary reverse lunges isn't one of those. Step, load, like you did earlier, pull yourself up on your stationary reverse lunge. We have 7 rounds. This is round number 2. 2 chests, 2 backs, 2 shoulders, 1 arms. Several legs, several abs, several exertions. In 3, 2, 1, and relax and breathe. Sit up scissors and or windshield wipers. I'll give you windshield wipers as an option later on. We just always do scissors. So you can do scissors or windshield wipers. 2, 1, and go. It can be what you're used to on your sit-up scissors. And it can be what we don't do that much on your windshield wipers. I will give you this option later on as well. Alternating reps. Sit up scissors, torque, load, leverage, lateral, windshield wipers, right? Lateral motion, there's a little rotational motion. But again, you have that torque on the extension of the exercise. And it goes back to that spine thing I was talking about earlier. You have a bunch of movable vertebrae. I want you to teach your mind and your body that when those things move effectively, if all those muscles around them are engaged, really good things can happen. There's not many elite athletes out there with rigid spines. You should be able to move. And ladies, the work you do with me is very intense, and I know you already know that. Hopefully you feel stronger, you feel more mobile, you feel more fit. We don't work out lightly. 5, 3, 2, 1. Take your time getting off the ground. There is no rush. Remember, you have 15 seconds. We're on exertion. Get your mind ready, get your space ready, get your equipment ready. You're on your second exertion. 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, I did touch on it the last round. Mobility exercises can yield a little exertion, especially when you're talking about the 42 minutes of intensity today. So mobility, standing scissors is an option. Standing runners is an option. I know it's not as hard as rowing for 75 seconds or running for 75 seconds or rope slams, right? I know that. But you're moving, your heart rate is up, your blood is flowing. Jack LaLanne's also an option, right? So if you ever get a little kneesy during your exertion or even just your legs, a little mobility is okay. And then clearly you can jump right into something else too. Plyometrics. Jump squats, split jumps, lateral bench hops, burpees, agility high knees, butt kicks, bench taps, jumping jacks. You've got your happy mediums with your rope slams, kettlebell swings, sledgehammers. Again, we have the mountain climbers we haven't talked about much. We're going to do some next week intentionally. 3, 2, 1, and breathe. 2 rounds done. You're going to be on your trap rows. Whether you have dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, TRX, you've got your trap rows. In 3, 2, 1, go. Trap rows. For the most part, everybody has physical weights to hold at home. So most people have to get low, stay low, and row. Don't be in a hurry. And I want you to focus on your hamstrings, your glutes, and a good strong lower back keeping you there. It's okay to take a quick break. It's a middle back exercise. I don't want your lower back, I want your middle back. If you happen to have a cable or a TRX, you're in a different body position. You're supported more. The lower back isn't too much of an issue, but you're still pulling. Hands coming from in front of you as traps. The next round will be our lats. When your hands come from above you, it is your lats. Clearly, they're both back muscles. However, traps and lats are different. 20 seconds. Get low, stay low, row. Don't be in a hurry. We're not lifting fast. You'll do more reps on a trap row versus a lat pullover. 6, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. You do have a choice. Wide squat or narrow squat. Why? Tedious. I don't want you bored. I don't want you falling asleep. I don't want you to turd. You got wide squat or narrow squat. 2, 1, go. So you're able to mix things up a little bit. The regular squats earlier got you into the rhythm of today's workout. Stationary reverse lunges are kind of a slower, longer exercise, so it was okay to not give you choices. But now here you are in round 3. You know the rhythm, you know the pace, and now you can mix it up so you don't fall asleep. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs, posture, breathe. Mobility of knees, ankles, hips, spine, movement, posture. Neutral spine is what people are referring to when they say, is my back straight? Head above shoulders, you've heard that. Head is in line with my spine. It's not in front, it's not in back. I'm not arching. My shoulders aren't in front of my hips. Your shoulders are on top of your hips. You're not tilting to one side. So neutral spine, good posture, good breathing, shoulders down, head above your shoulders. That's what most people are referring to. In 3, 2, 1, relax and breathe. Reverse crunches or hip lifts. We don't do hip lifts very much. There's your reverse crunch, but there's your hip lift. You can mix this one up too. 3, 2, 1, go. Hip lifts. I don't want you to create momentum, but I am going to use the word force. You've got to apply some pressure. You've got to apply a little bit of force. And this is not fair. Force is mass times acceleration, right? Well, I don't want you to accelerate too much, but there is going from 0, so you're clearly going to accelerate a little bit. But you're creating force, right? You got some weight with your legs and your hips, and you're gonna get up, which clearly has acceleration. And reverse crunches is slow and smooth, and you're used to that. Breathe. Either way, your legs are moving, your hips are moving, your abs are working. Reverse crunches and or hip lifts. Clearly, you're going to have to focus more on your hip lifts. Reverse crunches are very common. Third round, ladies. This is your third ab. We'll have our third exertion coming up soon. You're working. You showed up today. You're working. 3, 2, 1, and relax and breathe. Exertion, right? Exertion. I'm not saying go fast. I am saying get it done. That's why I'm yelling. That's why I'm talking loud. I want to give you some energy. Get some. 3, 2, 1, go. Pretend I had a rope or a kettlebell, right? Kettlebell swings, hips, back, power, booty, eyes, thighs. You can use a dumbbell. It just feels a little funny, and you might have to do single hand dumbbells, and that's okay. Just shift up the body a little bit. But if I had a rope, same thing. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs, posture, breathe. You're exerting. Sledgehammer. Not everybody has sledgehammers. Sledgehammers, right? Go chop some wood. Surprise everybody in your life. Get some exertion. Don't chop your foot off in 75 seconds of work. Jump squats, split jumps, high knees, butt kicks. You're working. And remember, if you need to incorporate some of that mobility, right, because this is round 3 of 7, it's okay to mix in some of that mobility because you're still working. You're still moving. Let's go. Come on, baby. 15 seconds. Friday, noon, little work. 10 seconds. You're running, you're rowing, you're biking, you're breathing, you're huffing, you're puffing, you're sweating. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Oh, baby. You're going to lay on something for lat pullovers, unless you magically have a lat pull down machine. Lat pullovers. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, it is okay if you miss a couple seconds. I'd rather you settle yourself versus dropping a weight on your face. Okay? Take your time. We do lat pullovers all the time. You've also heard the phrase active recovery. You're going to do something as you actively recover, and you're going to lower that heart rate a little bit. We're not going to go fast. And now, again, you know that rhythm. Up body, lower body, ab, exertion, cranked way up. It slowly, heart rate slowly comes down during your upper body. It kind of maintains on the lower body and ab combo. And then I wanted to go way up. It's always funny when I hear people, I want to do interval training. And then you do something like this. Yeah, no, I didn't really want to go that hard. This is interval training. Body goes down, body goes up. Level of intensity fluctuates. Fat burning, calories burning. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Stationary forward lunge or lateral lunge. Take your time, you guys. Don't be in a hurry getting off the ground. You can step forward on stationary forward lunge, or you can step lateral. 2, 1, let's go. Stepping, loading, pushing, no matter which one you choose to do. Stepping, loading, pushing. The moving leg is the working leg. And again, you get a little variety so you can mix it up a little bit. Step, load, push. You do get a little hamstrings and glutes. You get a lot of quads on both. Pushing, stepping, loading, pushing. I don't want 75 reps, I want 75 seconds. This is round 4. You did the 2 chests, they're done. You did the 2 backs, they're done. This is your 4th leg. As you can see, we're every other round alternating legs, and every other round non-alternating legs. Same with the abs. Every other round is alternating, and every other round is non-alternating. 5 seconds. Breathe. 2, 1, and relax. You know this combo, runners or Russian twists. Both aren't the biggest exercises. Both are good. Slow it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Runners, again, you have that choice of coming from the down. You've got that concentric, both legs and upper body. You got that rotation. It's there. Runners from the up, you got that eccentric piece when the legs start up and you slowly lengthen as you contract. So it's still considered a concentric exercise, and that's more of a time thing. Eccentric exercises are normally a minimum of 3 seconds. I normally go at least 5 seconds on an eccentric exercise, whereas a concentric exercise is 2.5 to 3 seconds. You guys are used to that. Isometric exercises is a non-moving contraction. So you could do 10, 20, 30 seconds. 60-second wall sits is an isometric exercise. Again, runners or Russian twists. You got that rotation. Again, they're both not huge motions, so slow them down. Look at all this education you guys are getting. Go take that trainer's test, see what happens. I can't hire you yet, but I will. In 3, 2, 1, and breathe. You're on your 4th exertion. Take your time getting off the ground. You don't have to fly off the ground. Exertion. I want you working, 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 working. Hard, fast, intense. 2, 1, let's go. Again, agility. You are agile. What movement are you going to do, and what is your ability surrounding it? Agility, normally a little smaller, a little quicker, right? There's still some impact, but it's less impact than a plyometric. Jump squats, split jumps, burpees. There's more load, more power created, more impact. And then you have your mobility. You are moving. Standing scissors, standing runners, jack the lanes. You've got your cardio. If you have a tool, do it. One of those tools is your stairs. You could stay within earshot and go up and down your stairs. I'm not worried about you going up. Please be careful going down, especially when you're trying to go quickly. Physics happens pretty quickly on stairs. Work, work, work. When this round is done, you are over halfway done. 4 of your 7 rounds are going to be done. Yeah, baby. 3, 2, 1, and breathe. You got your shoulder press. Take a big deep breath. You can sit tall or stand tall. Make sure you breathe during your shoulder press. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. And now you know why people don't like when I bring out the timer. I don't want you to move fast per se. I never want you to lift fast unless I give you a green light on something. It's just you don't rest. That's why we don't do these workouts very often. They're good for you, but there's also not a ton of focus behind the movements, but I'm trying to give you that focus today. Again, sitting tall or standing tall. Shoulder press. Little work, little fight, little oomph. Yes. Piper, I did Texas workout to your husband. Please make sure he does it. He wants to do a written workout. And I said, well, I've been a little busy to write up workouts, so this is a really good workout you can do. So I'm like, hey, you do that timed workout today? It's pretty good. It's pretty intense. 10 seconds, your shoulder press will be done. Your first of 2 shoulder rounds, you'll see. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. You're on your stiff-legged deadlifts and or you could do regular squats. Slow your double leg, both legs stiff-leggeds, Again, you could do that for 75 seconds, but if you want to do squats, you can. Ready? Go. This probably feels pretty good since you're on round 5 of your workout. It slows you down a little bit. You're going to control that heart rate a lot of it. I don't want to use the word stretching, not by any means, but it probably feels good to hips, glutes, lengthen, contract, and breathe, and not do so much knee bending and extending and load. Okay, so the knees probably feel good, the hamstrings probably feel good, the glutes and lower back, again, it probably just feels good. But if you want to move a little more, you do have your squats again if you want to. Stiff-legged deadlifts, hips, hips, hips. A ton of motion is there. Glutes, glutes, glutes. You do have your lengthening of the hamstrings and your contracting of the hamstrings. It is one of the slower, longer movements in the fitness world. Flies, you did them earlier. Pullovers, you did them earlier. Stiff-legged deadlifts. Windshield wipers. Right, those all have long, lengthening components. 5, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. V-ups and or toe touches. Don't jump on the ground. Take your time. You've got V-ups and or leave them at toe touches. I want work. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I have said this literally 1,000 times, at least in 2020. V-ups are a great gauge to how you are feeling, either by per day. Now, do you feel good? Do you feel energized? Have you had a good week, right? Do you feel cranky, tired, sore? Have you had not the best week? You know, stuff, right? Or how you feel overall. How is your fitness level? Has it been a good couple months physically? Maybe not mentally, right? Have you been on fire? Do you feel more mobile? Anyhow, V-ups, mobility of hips and spine, flexibility of your posterior muscles, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and activation of your anterior muscles, your hips and your abs. I'm not saying it's the best ab exercise. In fact, toe touches in combination with V-ups would probably destroy your abs. You have shortened a shortened muscle. That thing is up there. You're working. You're going to probably feel your abs way more on the toe touch versus the V-up. 3, 2, 1, breathe. Round 5 exertion is your 5th time doing it. I want a level of intensity higher than normal. Let's go. In 4, 3, 2, 1, come on. You got taps. It's either higher, bigger, you don't have to worry about counting, or it's lower. But people airball, I see it all the time. They don't really tap the thing, they put their foot over the thing. No, they're called taps for a reason. There's that finite, right, the acuity of the exercise when you actually tap the thing you're trying to tap. So if you're gonna do it, tap it. Bench taps, ball taps, dumbbell taps, kettlebell taps, taps. Jump squats, split jumps, burpees, high knees, butt kicks, jumping rope, kettlebell swings, rope slams, running on the treadmill, rowing that boat, baby. Aerodine, you're pumping that thing. Sledgehammer, rope slamming, there's so many things. Work, work, work. Round 5 exertion. You only have 2 more rounds to go. You have come this far. 5 rounds are done. 30 of your 42 minutes. Yes. Come on. 5, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Take your time, stand tall. You can do upright rows for shoulders pulling, or you can do any of your shoulder raises, shoulders pulling. But what a great time to get tall and actively recover. Ready? Go. Again, active recovery. Do something while you recover. Standing tall helps out with that. Breathing in your nose and out your mouth helps with that. Your body can take up to 20% more oxygen if you breathe in your nose. Nice deep breath, and then breathe out your mouth. It's weird. Try it. If you get a little woozy, oxygen is a gas. You just inhaled more gas. I know it sounds weird. I'm not talking about hanging out Friday night with your significant others. I'm talking about oxygen, O2 as a gas. And you're welcome for the bad joke on Friday. Hanging out, chilling, breathing, taking up oxygen, actively recovering. Round 6 is started. This is your second and last shoulders. Oh yes, breathe and work. Breathe and work. Shoulders pulling. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. If you have the tools, you can do step-ups and or stiff-legged deadlifts. Again, 75 seconds of single-leg stiff-legged deadlifts would be okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Step-ups or single-leg stiff-legged deadlifts. Unless you're really jonesing on doing more lunges, feel free to do more lunges. 75 seconds. Both of these exercises require more focus. Both these exercises, I would prefer slowing it down. Take your time. If you're stepping up on something, step, load. If it's low and heavy, you're going to get a little more quads. If it's higher, you're going to get more hamstrings. So you could say push or pull. Kind of depends on the angle of the motion. Stiff-legged deadlifts is definitely a single leg pulling exercise. 75 seconds, your 6th leg. We have 7 rounds. Round 6. Breathe and focus on your alternating single leg stiff-legged deadlifts or step-ups. 10 seconds. And relax. Windshield wipers we talked about earlier. You got your windshield wipers, or you have your iso horizontal scissors, abs and core. 3, 2, 1, and go. Again, you've got your windshield wipers. There's your torque. There's your lateral, smidge rotational, lateral motion. That leg length, the weight, the load, the pulling, the activating. Or you have on a bench or ground, isometric core, kind of like a Russian twist position, and your legs go out. Iso horizontal scissors. Again, something we don't do very much of. 75 seconds would be a lot. Windshield wipers, a longer, slower motion. Both are good. Round 6 on your abs core. Done a lot of work today. We're not done yet. Get focused, stay focused. Keep that level of intensity high. I've got a lot of strength workouts. You guys know me well. I always want you to count on me to give you the strength. Every once in a while, we turn that dial way up. 5, 3, 2, 1. And breathe. Round 6 exertion. If you're doing the same things, cool. If you're diversifying, cool. Level of intensity up. Let's go get some in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Jumping rope, jumping jacks, jump squats, split jumps. Like all those things have that impact and that load, right? Power, plyometric, load, impact, all things, right? Good, body, soul, get up there. Again, mobility, if you're feeling a little kneesy and you know you have one more round, standing scissors will take it out of the knees. Standing runners takes it out of the knees. Jack LaLanne's will take it out of the knees, and you should still feel like you're working. Breathe. Focus. This is end of round 6. One more round to go. Nothing's gonna stop you right now. Nothing. Except the big snowstorm I have blowing in. I'm literally watching it. I wish you guys could see this. I'll show you the iPad when we get done. Probably won't do it any justice. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. You got biceps or triceps. Again, 13 seconds. Biceps or triceps. Hammer curl, hammer twist, open wide. Triceps, dips, kickbacks, overheads. You got 75 seconds of arms. 2, 1, go. Now, I hear it all the time. I'll give you guys chest and back workouts, and I hear people talk about their arms. I know you're holding weight, and I know your arms are part of the equation. When I say arms, I'm talking about your biceps and triceps. So we formally haven't done any arms today, but you did do chest, back, shoulders. You just needed your hands and arms for it. So I know you might feel your hands and arms a little tired. As you actively recover, I'll just annoy you by talking about the view. So parents live on the Bitterroot in Montana. So the freeway, the Bitterroot Highway, runs like right down there. We're a couple miles away from it. But you're literally staring at the mountain range. And it just creeps over. And then once it comes over, it's like a movie. It's like, boom. It's pretty sweet. So it's coming in very fast. 10 seconds. We're gonna have -5 degrees tonight and about 6 inches of snow in the next 24 hours. 2, 1, and breathe. If you have a wall close by, you wall sits. If you don't have a wall close by or don't want to do wall sits, repeat any of your squats, regular, wide, or narrow. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Here's your isometric leg, non-moving contraction. Second greatest force you can put on a muscle, quads, glutes, hamstrings, head against the wall, back against the wall, shoulders against the wall, butt against the wall, 90-degree angle at your hips, knees and ankles unless you're doing some calves. If you are doing a wall sit and you're like, man, why am I already burning so much? Well, this is your 7th set of legs at 75 seconds a pop. You did your 6 sets of the exertions, so possibly some legs were used in there as well. So you actually done a lot of leg work today, and here you are in a wall sit to finish off your day. And again, you could bust out and do regular squat, wide squat, narrow squat, hips, 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 booty, 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 eyes, 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 thighs, thighs, thighs. Last set of legs today. We're gonna have one more ab, and then you're gonna have one more exertion. Then you can pat yourself on the back and go finish off your Friday work day. Maybe you're already done. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Again, just like this last thing, give me 75-second plank and or any bigger, more challenging ab. A sit-up, reverse crunch, toe touch, V-up, anything big. 3, 2, 1, go. So you can hang out and do a plank. You could do a side plank, right? It's not moving. You could do your rotational planks if you want to. You can mix it up as you wish. If you really don't want to do it, sit-ups, reverse crunches, V-ups. Again, we've been doing all those things. Oh, yes. Good time to actively recover before you do your last set of exertion. Take it out of your elbows. Take it out of your shoulders and your neck. Take it out of your toes. Put it in the center of your body. And it is that proverbial weight. I want the center. I want the weight. I want all that pressure and breathing right in the middle of your body. Abs, core, any muscle that touches your spine. Go get it. 10 more seconds. You'll be on your last exertion today. 3, 2, 1. Breathe. Take a big deep breath. Here it is. Run, row, bike, slam it, throw it, catch it, get it. Last set of exertion. Pat yourself on the back. 3, 2, 1, let's go. In plyometrics, you have to create power. There is load that you're moving, and then you have an impact. Agility, it's normally a little smaller than a plyometric. You still have load, you just don't have as much power, but you still have some impact. Mobility, if you've been working hard and you want to use the 75 seconds to kind of loosen it up a little bit, you're still working, you're still moving. Oh yes, get some. Finish this thing. If you're rowing, get that power. If you're running, crank it up. Notice I'm not saying faster. Be powerful. Be firm. Intensity. If you're jumping, jump higher. Don't jump faster. If you're running, rowing, biking, screaming, yelling, get after it. 3, 2, 1. Breathe. Focus. Relax. That was 42 minutes of work. Level of intensity was high. It was thorough. It was invasive. Pat yourself on the back. Don't go run and sit down and check your email. Cool off for a second. Put some good food in your body. Put some good hydration in your body and recover.